Just going to wait for a few more to join. Hope you're well. I hope you've had a good day and you are ready to learn about making profit. So I'll just wait for a few of you to join. If you want to come on, hey Jules, and tell everybody your name or where you're from. Hey Gigi. Gina, I keep calling you Gigi, it's Gina. I hope you're well, honey. So excited. I've been really enjoying this series. I hope you're enjoying it. I've been making all the workbooks and it's just so much fun. And I'm hoping you're getting lots out of it. So I said I'd come on just a little bit earlier to get everybody in. Hey, Aggie. Eggs music's from my band, Agbon. Yes, so Gigi's great. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gina. Right, so I thought I'd come on a tiny bit early. Jules from West Palm Beach, excellent. Gigi, tell everybody where you're from. Ags, tell everybody where you're from. It's so cool to have people from around the world. It's just like awesome. People in Australia, America. And yes, that's what I love, hearts. So when you like something, give me some hearts, all right? So I am going to start now because people might, hey Faith, people will join as they go along. It's now 9 o'clock, okay? We're from the Bronx. And if I don't keep stopping to introduce everybody, then hopefully we'll get through in less than an hour. But it's a proper full class because it's something that when it goes on my online academy, we will charge for it. So you guys are getting this totally free of charge. And I'm really excited to share it with you because it's been amazingly helpful for me. Hey guys that are just coming. Trying to wave to everybody. Right, so I'm going to turn the screen over so you can see my presentation. Do you see that? Right. Okay, guys. All right, so we are all about making money. Guys, welcome that are coming. If we do have any trolls like last time, don't worry about it. I will make sure that I record it and I will send it to you later. I won't carry on because honestly, it just wasn't me. When those trolls were there, I couldn't get my groove on. It was just like, they were just really cramping my style. So if they come on again, but in Jesus' name, they will come. But yeah, if they do, then obviously I'm just going to end it and just record it and send it out as a YouTube link. So money, this is a really personal testimony for me, and it's really what has spurred on this whole change of direction in my business, because originally I was just making cakes. Okay, thank you, Jules. I was just making cakes and the main objective was to sell cakes, and I only changed to do this once I started developing my niche and yes, McKinney Brandy. And I've started to gear my business towards my fellow cake bakers who are in the industry like me, and I can really help support them with what I've learned. What I'm really amazed and happy about is I've been hearing reports from other businesses that this has been really helpful to them as well, that are not cake related. So I'm amazed at that. But it's exactly what I was teaching in the niche course. It's fine to focus on your niche because other people will still get stuff from you. Hang on, let me just turn this on to silent because I don't want it to be beeping. Excuse me a moment. Is it on silent now? Yeah, now it is. Okay, so don't be afraid of narrowing your niche, because I think a lot of people try and do that and then you become really watery, and a really watered down business doesn't make any money. So welcome to everybody that's joining. You are going to get a lot out of this. It has been eye-opening for what I've learned over the last few months, and I'm so excited to share with you how I've managed to convert a non-profit making business into a profit making one. So really cool. So how many of you are in the right place? Because not every training is for everybody. Okay, so you'll know if you're in the right place if you are frustrated by low sales And if you relate to any of this, not just as I'm reading here, but anything throughout the course, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up, let me know you're still there. But frustrated by low sales, you're in the right place. If you've got no idea if you make profit or not, you're in the right place, because that was me. And if you want to identify practical steps that you can implement immediately to make more profit, then you're in the right place as well. So I can see some hearts, which is amazing. Hello and welcome to all of you guys who have joined. I'll welcome you at intervals. Okay, so why did you start your business? So what I want you to think about now is why you started. Now, for me personally, I started because I wanted to make more money. Not everybody starts a business for that. I know that. Some people start a business because it's a hobby. You know, they just want to keep themselves busy. They enjoy whatever they do. But to me, I wanted to make money. That's why I started. I wasn't playing around. And I don't know how many of you were in the same position, but I haven't got time to be doing stuff for fun. When I started, I needed money, and I needed it in the convenience of my own home. My children were very young at the time, and I couldn't go out to work, and I really needed a strategy. So hey guys that are joining. So when I started my business, you know, I had a really tricky job that I just wasn't working. When I had my daughter, I rushed back to work really quickly. And my first child, it was an awful experience. Like, I literally left her at home like she was 6 weeks old. Long story, that's in my book. So basically, once I did that, I really realised I never wanted to do that again. So I said I needed a job that I could work from home, make some money. So that's why I did that. And I went all out because I was determined. You know, you can see what I'm like. I was passionate. I even built in my garden a workshop. This was my logo at the time. You know, I had a website, I had business cards. I was so proud of myself, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to make it. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have this business. It's going to be amazing. And I was charging what people were telling me was a lot of money. So I presumed that I must be making a profit. And to be honest, I had loads of dreams, but I had no goals. And that was my biggest mistake. I didn't have a plan. This is a Denzel Washington quote. And a lot of you guys with businesses, you can have all the goals and all the dreams you like. But if your dreams are dreams without goals, you are fueling disappointment. And that is what happened to me. I was completely disappointed because I wasn't making any money. All I was doing was working, like constantly working, and not getting a reward. And many of you can relate. Many of you are in business and you're working hard. There's nobody that starts a business that doesn't want to work. You know, you guys are hard workers. But, you know, when you're juggling lots of things, like being a working mum, I had a busy church life. I was a wife. I had a business. And yes, McKinsey brand, High Cakes by Brina. It was too much. It was too much. I kind of just got so disillusioned, and I was really down and low. And I just thought, this is rubbish. But I didn't know any other way to change it. So I got through 10 years like that. 10 years of working like a donut. I even went back to work and still was doing the cake on the side, you know, juggling all these things. And I was still burnt out, and it was not cool. I convinced myself that I couldn't do numbers. I am not good with maths. I hate maths, okay? But I've started to change my speech now and say, I am good with numbers. Of course I'm good with numbers. I can be blessed to do anything I like. And so I changed my mindset. That's really important, guys. That's just a off the script tip. What you speak about yourself and over yourself, you are manifesting. So please do not speak your words. There's life and death in your words. So stop telling yourself you can't. Stop telling yourself you're not good at. Stop telling yourself that you don't know how to. Okay, you find a way to, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. And that mindset was really important. That's a mindset shift that's changed a lot, because I started to believe I can do it. Okay, I can do it. It is tricky for me. It's not my normal mode of working, but yes, I'm glad you guys agree with your hearts. I can do it. And that mindset had to overcome that. Now, the one sure way to tell if you're not making a profit, okay? This is the one sure way. You're still broke. So let's not kid ourselves, guys. If you are still broke and struggling to make ends meet, then you're not making profit, okay? You shouldn't be working and not actually being able to see the fruits of your rewards, of your labor. That means you're not making enough profit. And we convince ourselves because money's crossing our hands. Like when I make cakes, it sounds like a lot of money when I charge somebody £200 for a cake. They're like, oh, thank you. They are looking at me like, wow, that's so expensive. Oh my God, how can you charge that? And I'm like, do you know, that's not really that much considering what you're getting and how many hours it's going to take me. But I was broke still broke. So that's not profit. That's just hard work. And I really had to change my mindset. So in my book that's coming out soon, it's a plug here, unashamedly plug, there's a big whole in-depth, because that's another area of how you break it down. But today, hi Kirsten, I'm going to make sure that you leave here knowing the basics of how you know whether you're making a profit and what you need to do to change it to make sure you are. So you are going to get more, but if you want to get a really detailed, in-depth, when this book comes out, grab it. It is especially for our cake business owners, but others would gain from it as well. So anyway, so how to calculate whether you're making a profit. Count the costs, okay? Now, hi guys, I just joined in. When I started doing my costing, I don't know about you, but the only thing I thought about costing was my ingredients, okay? I knew obviously I had to do a little bit for my gas and my electricity, so I did that. And I knew I had to do a little bit if I did delivery. And I didn't know anything else about costs. Big mistake. Guys, I'm about to tell you all of the costs that need to be factored into your business. This was why and how I immediately identified I was making a loss. Hi guys that are just joining. So, when you are counting your costs, you need to remember that everything you do takes time, okay? And time is money. So if you go into work, you are paid from the hour you get there, from when you get there, from when you leave. So whatever you're doing during that day is part of your work. So when I was a teacher, whilst I wasn't in the classroom every single minute, I was still working. Okay, so teaching was the main part of my job. But when I was planning my lessons, when I was in a staff meeting, when I was doing lunch duty, when I was in that building, I was working. Okay, so I was being paid for that whole time. As business owners, do you know what we forget? We forget all of the activities that contribute to our work. Hey, MG Hustles. All of those activities that contribute to our work are still work. So just because it's not the cake that you're baking, all the other stuff that you do before and after that business activity is still work, and somebody needs to be paid for that. And if you are the one that's doing it, you need to be paid for it. And the reason what made it so clear to me, when I started asking people to help me and I was commissioning somebody to help me set this up or help me create that, I had to pay them I had to pay them because it's work. So when I'm doing it for myself, I need to be paid for that. That's my time, that's my energies, and that is work, okay? So if you're not paying yourself for all of the surrounding business activity, you're robbing yourself and you're robbing your business, okay? And that was a major lesson to me. So I started to break down all the stuff now. As a cake baker, I don't know how many other businesses this refers to, but when I get asked to do an order, I have to do some research, okay? Now that research normally involves a lot of conversations with my client, back and forth. Do you want it like this? Do you want it like that? How do you want this? Can you find me a picture of this? That's a lot of work. And many of those initial research and consultation periods can take a good 1 hour, 2 hours when you add it all up over that time. So that's 2 hours of my time there that I need to be paid for. Then you've got preparation. I need to go and buy those stuff. If it's not in the supermarket, it's online. I need to go and find where they're sourced from. That's time. So me going to the supermarket, it's not 2-second job. If it's clicked down on the internet, great, that's a nice easy saving for that particular order. But 9 times out of 10, I have to buy something from the supermarket. Just because I got it when I got my grocery shopping, that was still time because just because the lights are in my house, it doesn't mean that I don't cost for it to my business, because I need to apportion some of that cost to my business because I am using it. If I was renting a place to do my business, I would have to pay them for that. Then there's the execution. Obviously, that's easy with me when I'm doing cake. I have to charge for the time that it takes. That's the biggest chunk of my time. That's a real massive proportion. Some people, their execution is really quick. What I'm learning about working smarter now. Hi guys. What I'm learning about working smarter is I need to reduce the amount of execution time, because that's working smart. So I'm going to be doing a lot of preparation, but then once that preparation is done, I'm building a business now where, hey Rosemary, where the execution time is going to be reduced and reduced and reduced, because what I'm trying to do is build up passive income streams. And I'm going to be working a lot with the Online Academy members on this, because this is where you guys need to be heading, because otherwise you're going to be burning yourself out, especially if it's only you on your own in your business. The execution is killer. It's a killer. It's a lot of work. And if your execution doesn't yield a lot, or you're not going to factor in as much money as you need to in your costing, then you need to reconsider how much time you're spending on execution. So that's a whole nother element, but that's just to give you a taster. And then there's the aftermath. Obviously with me, I can't just make the cake. I have to clean up. The amount of times I clean up during a whole cake session, that's all time. So it's not just putting it in the oven. I have to clean up the mess. I have to clean up this, wash up that. That's a whole load of work. And that takes time. So all of that needs to be added to my time. Then upskilling. Guys, do you know how much training I have been doing over the past few months? I have watched webinar after webinar. I have studied. I have been working. That is work. If you go on a training course at work, it is work. It's not just you went to somewhere. That is your time. And my time is very valuable. So all of that is that's a cost. I have to charge for that, because I can't do what I'm doing or provide for my clients without, hey Caroline, without this upskilling. So this upskilling is an investment of time into my business, and I need to be paid for that, because that is a cost. I also have to be paid for the equipment. This equipment didn't fall from the sky, and it cost a lot of money. So somewhere, and somehow, that cost needs to be clawed back. If you ever work in an organization where you have inside access to how it works, businesses have to account for their costs. So whatever they're buying, whatever they need to spend money on, they have to find a way to get that money back. That's why people lose their jobs when the company's not making money, because they're like, actually, we don't have enough to pay that person, so they gotta go. Or we're spending too much on this, so that's gotta go, because you can't not account for it. Any cost is a cost that has to be factored in. Then you've got maintenance, guys. Social media is maintenance. That's a business. That's a business cost, guys. The amount of time you spend on social media, building, writing posts, engaging, that's a massive part. If you guys saw my branding video or the niche, your engagement with your social media audience is a massive part of work. It's not fun and games like, yeah, you're just catching up with your mates. This is work. It's business. And if you go on there and you are just messing about, then you're wasting time, because you really do need to be using it to maintain your business. But all of that is out. So you get what I'm talking about. This is a huge amount of time. Now, if you think I just covered maybe about 8 things there, if they all took only 1 hour worth of time, if I said 1 hour's worth of time, or, you know, some of them were actual physical expenses, but that's 8 hours worth of time. How much are you paying yourself an hour? That's a question to ask yourself. Okay, we've got a minimum wage in England. I'm not working for less than the minimum wage, and I'm not being disrespectful to any workers that don't do skilled jobs, but I work in a very skilled. It's not easy to do these cakes. It's skilled, and I had to learn it and I had to practice it. So I'm not working for the minimum wage, I'm afraid. So that is, unfortunately, you know, that's got to be taken into account. So once I've calculated how much I have invested into, hey Georgia, into that cake business, I have to acknowledge that I need to be paid per hour the rate that I've set myself. That was when I realized the price of my cake has to increase. It's not going to work at the price I was charging. And I didn't, do you know what? I actually didn't feel bad, because I suddenly realized how much I had robbed myself for all of those years. In fact, the way it worked out, I was paying them to make their cake because it was costing me. So they paid me a little bit, but I paid them more than they paid me, because what they gave me didn't cover my expenses. Okay. So that's how you know whether or not you're making a profit. Now, how many of you, oh yeah, I've got all these things here. How many of you, if you're looking at this now and you're thinking, you're listening to me, give me some hearts or some thumbs if you've actually recognized some of the areas where you're not charging and where you're actually robbing yourself of profit. So let's see how many of you can relate to these areas, because I know it's not just me. And the reason I know it's not just me, because I'm looking at my Cake Sisters websites and I'm seeing, hey Sophie, I'm seeing how much they're charging, and I know they have not charged for all of these things, 100%. And that needs to stop, because you guys work too hard to charge less than your energies, okay? It's not okay to work for free. You would never go to your job and tell your boss, it's okay, you can pay me for Monday only, I will work for free Tuesday to Friday. You wouldn't do it. Why would you do it to yourself? Why? Just, if you don't want to work, if you want to work for free, then, you know, I just don't think, you're just not going to do it. Okay, nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to work for free. And I'm glad. Now, I factor in what competitors are charging to a degree, Tashima, because I know that if I go by that, I will stay charging £50 for a cake, because I've got loads of competitors around me who are charging £50 for a cake because they don't know any better. I'm not doing that. I'm going to educate them so they increase their prices, and people that want it will pay for it. I learned a very powerful lesson from a very young lady in our church. Very talented girl. She's a dressmaker. Her site is called, her page is called Alonuko, Alonuko. She had a brand from when she was about 15. She was on the Alan Sugar, what's it called? The Apprentice, the Junior Apprentice, when she was young. And I remember when she was charging for her dresses, and when she told me the price, I nearly fell over. Like, it was years ago, and the dress was like £300. And I said, even now, if you tell me a dress is £300, I'm like, is it made of gold? Like, are you all right? But she was charging with her little young self £300 for dresses because do you know what? She valued herself. She valued her skill. She valued her expertise, and she was not compromising on that. Clap for her. She was smart. And do you know what happened? Everybody with their little broke pockets found the money to buy the dress that they wanted. Me included though. I was 40 before I managed to get it, but I said when I'm 40, I'm going to have an Alanuco dress. That's how I went about it, because I learned she's not going to undervalue herself to meet my budget. Okay? I was prepared to wait, to save, and to pay for what she priced it at. And that is what we have to do, guys. If we're going to make profit, we cannot undervalue ourselves and lower our pricing to match budgets. We have to find those who actually can afford to pay what we're charging. So there's different markets. So if your niche is you want to target mums or people that don't really want to spend that much money on the cake, you can have a niche that's for that. And then you need to factor in how you produce your cakes so that your cost is reduced, so that you're not making a loss. But the niche that I'm working at, hi Nisha, is not people that I'm not working to that market. So I'm not going to lower my prices in order to meet their budget. I did that for 10 years. Those days are done. Like, over. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. So, anyway. So, I know that many of you have already kind of done this screen. Many of you weren't costing for all of those things. Okay? It's okay. You can change. I have changed. I changed the latter part of last year. And as I said on my last slide, the last quarter of last year, I have never made so much money in 1 3-month period that I did in that quarter, because I switched it up and it works. Okay, so this is why I'm so excited. You see me all the time. I'm like, wah, wah. I'm excited, though. I'm excited because this works, and I am sharing it with you because if you want to take it on, it will work for you too, but you have to do all the work. So those of you who've watched the branding video or who've watched the niche video, if you haven't, you can get it. But if you implement all of the things that I'm talking about and you do them, it will work for you. Okay? Oh, no problem, Sophie. Take you later. Catch up later. So, what now? Okay? Action. Action changes things. You have to act. Guys, this is not a dream. Remember, we went back from that slide, what Denzel Washington says, dreams without goals, okay? So the first thing you need to do is decide how much money you need to make, and you need to determine what activities you need to do that will generate that money, okay? There's no more just winging it and seeing how it goes. That's not a business, guys. A business has forecasting. They have predictions. They plan activities to match with the predicted activity outcomes that they want to see. You can't just guess. You can't just just hope it's going to happen. So decide, how much do you want to earn? Okay. If you decide, okay, I want to earn £1,000 for the month. How many cakes would you need to sell to make that? Profit, okay? Not gross, profit. Or if you decide, you want to make X amount, whatever you want to make, you need to decide that figure, because until you decide that figure, which is your goal, what he said in that quote, you can't plan how you're going to get there. Okay? Now, all of that can't happen, as I said, until you've calculated what your costs are, and then you need to establish. So let's see what actions you need to put in. Hey, TikTok Quality Bake. So first thing you do is identify all your costs. So you saw me at the beginning of the list in that book that we have. Hey Janice, in the book that I'm launching, You Can Have Your Cake and Sell It Too, there is a whole big section on all the costs broken down, so to help you work it out. But every business, you can do that. You've got the idea. Hi Raquel, you've got an idea of all of the different activities. So I've given you some clues earlier in the presentation. All the activities that you do in your business, and how much time it spends you. That's a cost. You work out your cost by the hourly rate that you're going to pay yourself, okay? So if you're doing 7 hours of work and you're paying yourself at £10 an hour, hey, my sister's joined, hey, Audrey, you're paying yourself £10 an hour, then you know that you need to charge at least £70. That's just your costs of your time, and that's not including your materials. That's different. So you have to establish all of your costs in order for you to try and determine what profit you're going to make. You then need to eliminate what is not benefiting your business. There are so many costs. Like some people, if you're anything like me, I can't bear looking at my bank statement. I just don't look at it. I just like close my eyes and shut it and just close it and wish sometimes. You can't do that. If you've got a business, you have to know what's coming out of your bank, and you have to know that it is worth what you're paying for it to your business, okay? If you're paying for this app and that app and you're not using it, you just bought it on a whim or you were excited about it and you don't use it, get rid of it. It's an expense. Go through your how many phones do you actually need? You have to eliminate what costs are not actually, that's what businesses do. Organizations, your workplace, how many times have they had redundancies? How many times have you been made redundant? If they think you're a cost and you're not benefiting them in terms of they've got more money than they've got, more money going out than they've got coming in, they get rid of it. That's what they do. That's a business. We're not running charities, guys. We are running businesses and we need to make money. So the other thing you need to do is you need to invest in what will help your business. I can't stress this enough, guys. This changed for me when I started investing in my education. I am not a business mogul. I don't know. When I started my business social media profile, 2007, I didn't have a clue. So by 2009 rather, I still only had 400 followers. In fact, it was 2019 actually. It was 2017, not 2007. 2017, I started my Instagram account. In 2019, April, I still only had 400 followers. Okay, I had no clue, but you know what I did? I went on training. I went on Women in Business Club. At Women in Business Club's event in the summer, and I watched her. I joined her online academy. I paid my monthly subscription, and I rinsed out all of her resources and training materials. I was in that stuff, watching this webinar, watching that webinar, downloading this book. Do you think I don't know anything about this? This is not what I know. I had to learn it. That was an investment. Not only did I invest in her, I like Rosemary Design School. I went to Rosemary Design School for like 2 seconds and I got so much value when I was delivering that cake. I said, this year I am going to that place, because in 2 hours I learned that place was the transition turning point of my business. So I booked up, baby. I'm going in February. I can't wait. More learning, because you don't stop learning. I am investing in my business, and that is what has made money. Okay, when you invest in the right things, it will make you money. And if you don't know what to invest in, get training and study so that you do. So people say Facebook ads don't work. Rubbish. Oh. They don't work if you don't know what you're doing, but they do work. They do work. That's how people are making millions out there. So you have to educate yourself. This is our problem. We want to rubbish stuff. We haven't actually studied. We haven't actually learned how it works. It's like going into a car that you've never learned how to drive and pressing the buttons and turning things and saying, it's not working. It's broken. It's not broken. You just don't know how to drive. So that is simple. You've got to learn your craft. You can't make it up. I was making it up for 10 years and made no money. That's what happens when you make it up. You just can look pretty on the outside. I had websites, I had logo, I had business cards. I even had a sticker on my car. I thought, oh yeah, and the business, everybody's like, yeah, Tasha, you're making so much money. I was not making any money, but I didn't know because I didn't study, didn't learn, didn't invest in my business. Big mistake, huge. Pretty Woman, love that. So anyway, the other thing you have to do is finally, after you've gone and done your education, you know what you need to do, you need to update your pricing, okay? Don't be afraid of that. I was so scared that if I upgrade my pricing, nobody was going to pay it. I thought they're going to look at me and think, who she thinks she is? She thinks she's bad now just because she's got a few followers. She thinks she's too nice. I was so scared. I was like, they're not going to like me anymore and they're not going to pay. And guess what? They still paid because they want the cake. Just like how I saved, hey Jenny, just like how I saved up for my Alanuco dress because I learned she's not dropping her prices for me. So I had to up my budgets. And that's what I did. And I got my dress. People will come and pay the price because especially the ones who know your cake and love it and have been elsewhere and have gotten other cake and it's dry and broken and crusty and they can only eat the look at the outside and it's pretty. If they know your cake is nice, they will come back. They will have to, and they will suck it in. That's what happened. I was so shocked. I had customers and I was like, oh my God, they're never going to pay it. They're never going to pay it. I gave them the new price and I was just like, I was so ashamed to say it. I was just like, yes, for a 6-inch cake, it starts at £100. I was like, oh my God, they're going to not like this. But they did. They paid it. They paid it. I couldn't believe it. When I sold my first 6-inch cake for £170, I was going crazy. I couldn't believe it. But they paid it because it was worth £170 and they still bought it. So guys, yes, my sister, value your craft. I'm passionate about this because I was so stuck in this rut and I just thought, I can't do it. I won't have any customers. They won't come to me. They will. Believe in your craft. If you are good at what you do and you are providing quality and value, they will pay for it. And if you don't get it in the corner you're in now, move to the other corner. You don't have to stay there in that corner. You can move these 4 corners. Okay? So, that's me getting excited. I'm so sorry. Compose yourself, Natasha. But anyway, so, if you want more help, guys, you can do that with the workbook. So, every one of these live sessions has a workbook. It's a practical application of these things that actually give you I've given you the kind of theory. You now need to put that into practice, okay? You need to actually do stuff with what I've just said. There is no point in having all this information saying, yes, it's true, it's so good, and doing nothing, okay? You've got to change your prices. You've got to look at what your costs are, and you've got to make sure that you are marketing to the right niche. Okay, do all the groundwork. That's what happened. I am not a genius. I don't know all this stuff. I'm taking crumbs from the tables of these people who know what they're doing. And I'm learning and I'm applying it and it works. So the next thing you need to do, if you are a cake maker for definite, because as I said, this is my niche now, although much of it is applicable. I know there's many of you here that are not cake businesses and have messaged me to tell me that it's still helpful. The book that's coming out, You Can Have Your Cake and Sell It Too. You can get the book and that's filled with practical advice and tips specifically on how you can do it. There's a load of information in there. And I've bought quite a few ebooks and there's loads more of thank you, Jules. There's loads more of those tips in my book than I've seen in lots of ebooks. So you're getting a lot of value, okay? I'm not being horrible. I'm just saying there's loads of value in that book. So, there's another picture that's meant to be there. Where's the other one gone? Oh my days. Oh, the book is coming out on the 1st of February. There was about 4 more slides there that were saying questions and they're gone. I don't know where that went. That's really irritating. Let's see. Oh, they're gone. I think I did it on my phone. Do you know I'm going to do an actual training session on how I create all my stuff? Because you know I make everything on my phone, right? I'm out all the time, so I create loads of things on my phone, and I just do them there like that. So I don't know why my last few slides didn't come out, so I'll just put that one back and put it full screen while I just tell you guys all about where you can get more information. So in the Online Academy, if you're a baker, there is actual programs, 1 month or 3 month programs that you can buy where I can work with you. We've got a live, we've got a Facebook group in there. You can join as a member, or you can just actually purchase that program, either a month of support or a 3 month support. The kind of training and education that you've got here is the exact kind of stuff, all broken down, full training and then practical application, plus the group feedback, not group, it's like a Facebook group, but they're I can't remember what it's called now, like engagement group that you can join to get extra support. Now the downloads for these, now you can get the replay obviously and watch it again and try and take notes, or you can actually purchase this with the workbook, and that's $19.99. I charge everything in dollars because I have like 50% of my followers are in America, and they've been mostly the ones that have been interested and saying, when is it out? So I've done it in dollars, so obviously it's less than that in pounds. I don't know how much it is, but it is all going to be available in the Academy. The workbooks that go with it, they're like 12 to 15 pages long of all different activities that go with these trainings. So please do go and help yourself. Now, I'm telling you this with no slight or anything. What I'm charging for these is nothing compared to what I know it costs, because I've paid it for myself. See you later, Tashima. I've paid myself. So I'm not even charged because I want you to make profit. So I'm not going to take it all off you. So I'm literally charging enough to cover my costs, baby. The time it took me to make it and the time it took me to deliver it. So I'm covering my costs and I've made a bit of profit, and that's what I'm going to do. So if you are interested and you want more, then please do head over to the Online Academy, send me a DM. But what I would love from everybody, this is a simple little request. Please, could you send me a DM and tell me how you found this class? Because I need the feedback, guys. I need to know what is good, what is not, what needs more. And if you loved it, then I need to tell other people so that they know that they can get this help as well. So please send me a DM, Hey Meticulous Styles. And if you want to watch this or tell anybody else, it's going to be in my, because we didn't have any trials, hallelujah, it's going to be in my stories, or the live bit, for 24 hours from now. And then the workbooks, everything is all launching on the 1st of Feb. The book, the workbooks, and all of this is all going to be available to purchase in the Online Academy on the 1st of Feb. I'm just in the initial phases of promoting it all. So thank you so much for joining. I love you guys so much. I want you to make money in your business. I can't lie. You guys know I'm a Christian. All of this is true, what I'm saying. This is the way forward, and I'm going to share everything I've learned with you guys because I want you to make it. The reason why I'm not waiting till I've made it and I've become a millionaire is because I want you guys to see on the journey. I feel like it's easier for you to relate. Oh, I can turn it now. I can turn it to me. Oh, yeah. It's easier for you guys to relate when you can see it happening. Like, you can see I'm still me, like I'm normal. I'm like you, and this is possible, okay? I'm just a regular girl from South London, yeah? I don't know what the equivalent is in America, like from the Bronx, man. I'm from South. And when I was in Birmingham, I was from the ghetto as well. So, like, I'm just your normal, average girl. And if I can do it, you can do it. All I've done, the difference between me and you, is I've studied it, I've learned it, and I've applied it. That is all. Okay? This is achievable for you, for your business. You can end this year as a millionaire, guys. If you want to, okay? The reason why people don't do it is because they get scared, like they don't believe it. Like they're thinking, oh no, it's not possible. Like it's just your self-limiting beliefs. If you don't believe it, you will not achieve it because you don't have faith in yourself. And your words, what you speak over yourself, over your business, is self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what's happening. Because I changed my mindset and I was like, no, actually, yeah, I can. And I'm not afraid any devil can hear what he wants to hear. God is in control, though. That's what I stand by. I'm going to make it. You're going to make it. And we're just going to get it done. Okay? So I'm so excited. Super, super, super excited. If you want to be a part of the success story, then you need to get on board. Okay? Do what you've got to do. I've made it so that the investment that you invest in my stuff is minimal because I'm not trying to rob anybody. I'm just trying to do what I'm preaching, which is covering my costs. Get the education that you need and implement, act, change your life. Done with the rat race. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Okay? You don't have to live like that. This is a choice. We can do this. Okay? Anyway, I'm done preaching. I'm going to my bed. I'm tired. I'm tired. I've had so much fun, guys. So please keep up the good work. Send me a DM if you enjoyed it. And I will be reminding you through my posts how you can get access to all this stuff. 1st of February, guys, it's all going to be there live and direct. In the meantime, just live your life and be amazing. Mwah. Love you. Take care, guys.